Hey everyone, you're watching Kickback and Chat at home with Amber Pickens. Today I get to chat with an amazing couple. She is a stylist extraordinaire and owns Forever Young Beauty Bar in Memphis, Tennessee, and he is a power forward for the Chicago Bulls basketball team. Please welcome Shekinah and Thaddeous Young. Also, due to technical difficulties, this chat will pick up for when I ask Shekinah and Thad about living under quarantine and if they've learned anything new about each other. They share that they've been with each other since high school, so they pretty much know everything. Please enjoy Shekinah and Thad Young.
Our youngest, who's 6, he's just all over the place. That's the noise you're hearing right now. Him kicking toys.
All that energy.
And throwing the ball against the wall and everything. But other than that, yeah, I haven't really learned as far as like about my wife. Like I know everything about her. At least I should.
Sure, yeah, because y'all been with each other for so long. Shekinah, you just got done working out. How's it been staying in shape during all of this? Because it's been since March 11th, since the season's been on hold. So like, do y'all work together?
We actually did a yoga class yesterday from our Peloton.
Oh, that's really nice.
I kind of quit halfway through, but I'm so
you feeling it.
Nah, I hate yoga. Yoga,
Why?
It's good for you, but like for me, like most athletes are like stiff, tall dudes or like guys who are not very flexible. So some of the moves is just like I ain't got no motivation right now. So I'm gonna sit down, let you do it, and watch, and then when we finish the class, we can go upstairs.
So that's even more the reason to embrace it.
I get that part, but I'm not a real big guy.
Do y'all do Pilates at all?
No,
that's what a lot of us dancers do. We love Pilates. It's really good.
I'm more of a. But let's old school. Let's go get it done and get up out of here. Like,
right.
I ain't got to be stretching all types of ways. I know I can hoop.
Mm-hmm. And so, how's it? Have y'all been binging on any shows?
We watch. I think we watch half of Netflix by now.
Okay,
Netflix. We actually crossed over into the Hulu platform. So, like she brought up Hulu. I was like, Hulu got some gems on here. We watched, what's the show? Little Lies or something like that.
Little Fires. Did y'all watch Little Fires? Yeah, I just finished that one.
I was like, this is definitely a chick TV show. But then I got into it. I was like, oh, okay, this kind of alright.
It has so many twists and turns. I was just like, what? I kept calling my friend, like, what's going on? I can't believe this. Because I hopped on kind of late, and my friends were telling me, like, you have to see Little Fires everywhere. Carrie and Reese are so good in it. And so I'm happy I tuned into that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. And then we went from, like, on Netflix, everybody watched Ozarks.
Oh, yeah. We were going to start Ozark the other night. I need to start Ozark tonight. And I've been watching The Last Dance. I was going to ask y'all about that. Are y'all caught up on that?
Yeah, well, I've kind of got leaked the first 8 episodes.
Oh, of course.
Yes. Somebody leaked them to me.
Really? So what do y'all think about it?
I like it. I think it's actually great. You know, I think it's something good for us to see, especially with me playing in Chicago.
For sure.
I think it's something good for us to see. As far as like how athletes really go into their mindset and how they will themselves through certain things and how like they approach the game, especially with the Bulls. They won 6 championships, so that's what everybody talks about. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Horace Grant, Ron Harper, all those guys. So, that's what the talk of the town is always about. Like, man, we got to get y'all back to like winning some championships and stuff like that.
For sure.
We're doing so great this year, but I think they're taking the right steps and moving towards like success. We just hired. We're starting to hire a whole new front office and get some different guys in there, but. We know it's going to be a lot of change, but The Last Dance has been amazing so far. I think it's been good because it gives me a chance to take 2 hours out of my day to go sit in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Just get away from the kids a little bit.
Y'all both have like a favorite player?
I wouldn't say I have a favorite player. I'm my favorite player.
Was it somebody that inspires you a lot growing up? And same with you, Shekinah. Was there a player that you looked at when you were enjoying games and whatnot?
I really don't watch basketball unless Thaddeous is playing.
She's the same person that came to my high school games with a hardback book and would sit there and read books.
You would sit there and read the books?
I'm dunking on people and she reads books.
You're like, I'm just here for moral support, then I'm going to study some more.
Yeah, I'm dunking on people and she in there having a book club in the audience. It's crazy.
Somebody telling you to score, they were like, oh, he just scored.
Well, pay attention when Thaddeous is playing. And then, like, when we were watching the documentary, I really don't know a lot of back history. So,
yeah.
Who is that Thaddeous? What's his name? So, I learned a lot.
Yeah, no, I understand. And how is that for you, Shekinah, just balancing being a mother, a wife? Like, how is it for you balancing all this, and especially during this quarantine time with the kids being around 24/7?
I'm doing all the work.
You doing all the work?
I'm doing all the work. I've been at the house doing all the work.
Really? The biggest change is, like, I used to go to Orange Theory every day. So now having to, like, not have anything to do. Like, I'm so used to getting up at 6 a.m., getting the boys ready, then it's like, it all stopped. I was like, Dad, what am I going to do? Because my business is closed. Mm-hmm. It's been closed for over a month now, so they kind of took up some time, but now it's like...
You have your salon.
Yes.
And that is in Tennessee, right?
Yes.
Yes. I want to visit the salon one day. This picture is from Tennessee. My mom got this picture, and it's Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a Memphis picture. But, yeah, I want to visit one day. For sure.
Yeah, Memphis is really big on, like, obviously barbecue and stuff like that.
Yeah, I hear about the food and everything.
Culture is really good as far as, like, you know, them diving into, like, the music scene and stuff like that. There's a lot of different stuff going on. A lot of basketball players are really good there, but a lot of them don't get noticed because it's a small city. It's not compared to when you compare it to Chicago and Dallas and New York and stuff like that. It's completely different because it's such a small city. But it's a lot of people that can actually come out of Memphis and be pro athletes. That's why, like, I started my own AAU program and stuff like that back home. Have a facility, a gym where kids go and train, and they get educational skills and also life skills along with the basketball training.
Yeah, and why was it so important for you to start your foundation? Why did you find that, like, to be such a necessity?
Simply because, like, you know, like us, like we grew up, we didn't have money. You know, we weren't always rich and wealthy. We came from similar backgrounds as far as, like, living in the hood, and then, growing up, in impoverished areas, but also not having all of the resources that we have now. And we want to be a resource and a tool for kids and for youth and for our community to be able to, lean on for a little bit. As far as having us as a resource, they can get a lot of things from us. They can get education. They can get, life skills. They can get business skills. They can get dinner etiquette. They can get, how to walk into a room and be able to talk to a middle class, to an upper class, to a lower class person. So just a lot of those different aspects of it, I think, kind of helps. It helps with us being a resource, and it helps my foundation also because of what we're teaching and what we're dishing out.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all be quiet up there. Hey, didn't I just say be quiet? Thank you.
They're having too much fun. I love it. They're like, we're free from school.
Yeah. All day is them two fighting, going back and forth. One's punching the other. One day was just a bad day for everybody in the house.
Really?
It was just a bad day. Yeah, it was just a bad day for everybody in the house. Like, we had plans on going outside. It snowed. that didn't work out.
Oh gosh.
And I think she was upset about something that happened with the salon. Maybe the salon closed. I think that's what happened.
Oh, that was the same day you found out.
Yep. And then I got a few emails about like some of the companies and stuff that I've invested in. They're firing some people and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that was bad news for me. And then the kids, our youngest, well, first our oldest, our youngest pushed our oldest head until his bedpost. And then our youngest,
we stayed up to
got
3 a.m. looking for a cell phone.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then our youngest got poked in the eye shortly after that.
Oh my goodness.
It was a bad day for the whole house.
I just can't imagine. Like, I would love to be a kid again so I could just have all this free time, but I can only imagine what all the parents are going through. Like, y'all, shout out to all the parents because y'all are some soldiers, because I'm like 24/7 the kids. But also, does it make you appreciate the teachers more?
That's what I was just about to say. I just told her not too long ago, probably like a week, 2 weeks ago. I was like, man, teachers should be paid $1 million because this shit is crazy. Like sitting here teaching math and getting the kid to understand and pay attention. Like I try to make it as fun as possible for them. Like give them some type of games or like make them like real enthused about learning.
Yeah.
Like look, do it and be quiet. I'm like, nah, you can't be like that. Like you got to make it a little bit fun for them at least. And it's just for me. I'm kind of like, okay, I know this is how I would like to learn, so I'm gonna teach them this way how to learn. Yeah. And then like we've been working on reading skills with both of our kids, and our oldest, who was TJ. I always make him stand up and read out loud because I want him to be ready when it's time to like do a presentation or be able to present. Or he's standing in front of a big crowd, I want him to understand how he needs to read, and he has to read with confidence. So if he messes up, no, go back. We're going to start over.
That's so great, yeah.
Or I might take a page from the book and read the page with just all enthusiasm, just so he can understand, like, hey, you gotta give him the answers with how you read. You gotta get people to believe in what you're saying. So you have to read like this. So I try to get him to understand that because, like, as far as like me growing up, I wouldn't say I was always confident because, like, one, coming from where we come from, we're not taught to be confident. Mm-hmm. We're not taught to be able to go out and speak in front of large bodies of people. So I want my son to be able to do the same thing. I want both of my sons to be able to do the same thing. She's shy herself, and I try to get her to do the same thing. So I built that confidence just by working on it. Like my high school basketball coach, he passed away with cancer. God rest his soul. But
I'm sorry to hear that.
He took me when I was in the 9th grade and 10th grade and started taking me to elementary schools to speak to younger students. And that's how I started to build up confidence on speaking in front of like young kids because I didn't know how much they looked up to me. Like being right down the street from them, I'm playing at a local high school and they're looking at me as their star. Yeah. So I didn't understand that to that magnitude of how much like people really looked at me and they looked at me as a role model until I started to do that. And once I started to do that, then I started to understand it a little bit and then it put me in a position to where, okay, I want to be confident when I'm doing this. So I looking myself in the mirror and working on it and doing certain things. And then when I got to a certain age, I started working with etiquette professionals, and then started working with more and more people as far as like professional speaking and stuff like that. So it put me in a position to where now I can go out and speak to hundreds of thousands of people. So like if it was more than probably like that, then I might be a little worried when you start speaking to millions of people. But
that's so beautiful that you're just creating a new cycle within your family. I think that's so amazing, and like putting those resources, especially while they're young, because then it'll just keep happening. They'll give it to their kids, and it just opens course for them at such an early age. So I think that's so beautiful. How did the 25% affect your family?
I don't think it really did. Well, it's more so it's a little different because like they're taking 25% of our check, so not the 25% of the salary.
Okay.
The season is canceled, then the 25% of the salary would kick in, and then we might have to pay some out of our next year's salary.
Okay.
But you know, like we haven't. I mean, obviously, I would like all my money.
Right. Well, y'all are like, we're sad. That's so great because a lot of people were wondering about that. And I was like, I think that's such a good thing to learn to speak on, and especially with athletes, because I think it's so important to get that out there that people do have financial literacy, and I think that it's so important, especially in the Black community, to talk about that more and more and to spread it. And even talking about your hair salon and everything, I just think that's so wonderful. And how's it been with that? Do you have, like, right now you don't know when you'll be able to open it up again?
Yep.
So just like waiting to see what's going on with the country?
Yes. The state has opened, but the city hasn't.
Okay.
We're waiting on the mayor because we have our own health department in Memphis. So we're waiting on them. But the governor has opened the state in other parts, but just not down.
And would you feel comfortable opening it whenever the mayor said it's okay? How would you feel about that?
She's already started punching out guidelines on how people need to come into the shop and what the stylists need to have on.
Will they wear gloves or no gloves?
She can give you a whole punch list.
We are
That's good.
Been talking. I have a manager and I talk to her every day. And then the girls will probably talk maybe like once a week. So we've been talking, and then I've been looking at how they've been doing in Georgia. So as soon as I found the Georgia guidelines, I sent them to the manager and I was like, okay, here we go. Like, we got something, because our state board hasn't updated the website in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we are kind of in a limbo. Mm-hmm. So just kind of basing it off the other states. So, but I've been collecting, anytime I can find masks, gloves, we have disposable capes, like a whole bunch of stuff already, so that when we do open, we'll be ready. Like anytime I find some Lysol or any type of disinfectant, I just go ahead and send it.
I love that. That's so great. And how's it? I forgot to ask you all this earlier, but during this quarantine, how's your date life been? Like, do y'all make time to decide for just the two of you, since you do have 2 boys and you're parenting 24/7 now? How is that? Like, just making time for the 2 of you?
I think we have a movie theater in here.
So that's so nice. You could always just get away.
So we'll go in there and like watch a movie or something, or play a game right before everything like shut down. I got a whole bunch of like board games and stuff. So we'll play card games. Yesterday we was playing poker. So
I still don't know how to play poker. I don't know how to play any card games, really. I'm the worst. I'm the person at the family barbecue that I was like, just move out of the way, girl.
Yeah, we like, obviously, like being from the South, we have like I had a lot of family gatherings.
Right, yeah, me too. People are always at our house, but I just never knew how to do any of that stuff.
Yeah, so I'll sit there with my folks. We'll play cards, like we'll do a little gambling, of course, and then like we'll sit there and play board games. So we used to have it where we'll go bowling. We'll go to a bowling alley and stuff like that every Thursday night.
I miss bowling. That's something I'm looking forward to doing again. Yeah.
So we used to have like a lot of spent time as a family, and then me and her, we, like I said, she said, we'll go to the movie theater or like we'll go out and get some food or something like that. But we try to like make sure like we spend some type of time together, because I'm always on the road. And then sometimes they'll actually meet me on the road and travel with me.
Oh, I love that. What is one thing y'all are looking forward to doing again once we're not in this lockdown anymore?
Vacation.
Oh yeah.
We try to take a trip like overseas every year. We've been to a few places overseas. Last year, was it last year?
Yeah.
Last year we went to Africa.
Yeah.
Where'd y'all go in Africa?
We went to Johannesburg and Cape Town.
Cape Town. Okay, I went to Durban to teach. I can't wait to go back one day.
And we went to Dubai also.
Oh wow! What was your favorite?
Africa for sure.
We went on a safari, so we got to like get really close to the animals and stuff, and like we saw some lions like eating another animal. And
oh really? Oh wow! That was a really good safari ride.
Oh they gave us that was A1.
I just watched Tiger King on Netflix, so I'm still kind of like shaken up about that show. Did y'all watch that yet?
Yeah, Carol Baskin did it.
Of course he did, but I can't believe I've never been to the Joe Exotica Zoo, because I used to always go and visit my friends at OU. I was always like, we would always make that drive from Dallas to Norman, so I was so shocked that I never heard about that zoo before. It's like, wow.
That was crazy. I still think he should get out of jail because they set him up.
Oh, they for sure set him up. I feel bad for him, but I think the lesson learned is that just to ignore your haters, because he was putting so much of that negative energy into Carol, and then he just spent the rest of his life spreading hate towards Carol, and that just set him up. So you got to just ignore the negativity.
Yeah, that is very true, because that put him in bankruptcy. He was making like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month.
She lost all of it because she got the money from her husband, so she just had all those millions to just throw out.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Y'all have any encouraging words just to spread with people during these times?
During this time, I would say just make sure you stay close to those that you love, and make sure you encourage social distancing, and stay safe, stay in the house as much as you can. If you do have to go outside, make sure you keep that distance. I know they said 6 feet, but get 12.
Okay.
If somebody's walking on the sidewalk, you walk in the street.
I did that in the grocery store, and I was like, they said 6 feet, not 20.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. My chef said he went to the grocery store, and he said it just looks bad. He said when he was in the grocery store, he said everybody looked sick to him.
The grocery store is probably where you have to really be careful because you're like so close to people. I'm like, the grocery store seems a little bit more dangerous than the airplane, actually, because the airplanes are empty right now and everybody's at the grocery store. So yeah.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy, but yeah, that's one thing I do encourage. I encourage us just to keep the social distancing. Like, it's been a lot of people that's been like just taking this for granted, and the curve is constantly going up. You know, obviously it's got to go up before it goes down, but if we can flatten out that curve and combat this thing as quick and hurry or quick as possible, then we can get back to our normal lives, which I don't think we're going to ever be able to get back to it now, simply because of the magnitude of it. But I think we'll somewhat get back to it sooner than later if we go on and shorten that curve. But
yes. Well, thank y'all so much for chatting with me. This was so great.
No problem.
Thank you all. Enjoy your family time and have a beautiful day.
Too.
Thank you.